Are you ready? Welcome once again to another episode of Yemi's House Berlin. It's good having you back. And today, just like you saw in that video, you saw our president mistakenly, unconsciously, mistaking where the children were kidnapped, the 300 and more than 300, although thank God they were released on Earth. And we as Nigerians, we are happy for that. And I congratulate all the family members of the rescued kids. Here in Germany, I will use Berlin as a case study. Here in Berlin, you will get home at any time of the day. But you have night buses everywhere. You get home, you will never be stranded. And you will never be attacked. Because it takes them a maximum of 3 to 4 minutes to be at the crime scene. You call the police right now. Within 3 to 4 minutes, they are there. That is security. After this short break, you will come back and hit the nail on the head. Welcome back. And today we have two gentlemen on Yemi's house. We have someone from here in Germany. He's Mr. Temi. He's an academician. He's a master degrees holder. And we have, as usual, Mr. Potato. And as you know, Mr. Potato is a man with a lot of degrees, so don't let us start going into that or else we will not go to bed tonight. So I will be going and welcoming them. Good evening, Mr. Temi. Welcome on Yemi's House, Berlin.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
And Mr. Potato, how are you doing today? Mr. Potato, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. It seems I'm the only one that is across the Sahara here. I'm the only one that cannot speak the Dutch. Well, it's good mingling with you guys. I hope it's going to be a nice time.
There's no harm in we can teach. No problem. This week, something very, very funny happened between last week and this week in Nigeria. And that has to do with this whole insecurity issue. And recently, I was going through the Appropriation Bill for 2020. And something surprising is there. And that has to do with the fact that the Office of the National Security Advisor in Nigeria is being allocated 115 billion naira. And the science and technology sector has only 41 billion. And for reintegration of ex-militants back into the society, that means Boko Haram, they are being paid 65 billion. So the money that they give to Boko Haram and all these ex-militants, it's even more than the money that they give to, that's being awarded for science and technology and for the future. So, gentlemen, what do you see to that? I find it so wow. I mean, what do you think? Let's start with you, Mr. Temi. What do you think about that?
Oh my God. Yeah, actually, I was trying to lay my hand on the Appropriation Bill 2020, which is almost ended anyway. We are at the tail end, the last quarter of the year 2020 anyway.
Okay.
I also read this. I also read that actually in that appropriation bill,
Yeah.
it's divided into two parts or so. The total of the total number, the total amount of money for that appropriation bill is something 10 trillion plus
Yeah.
for year 2020, and they divided this thing into two or three groups. There is one they said is statutory. I don't know
Statutory, capital.
so
Yeah.
those are the ones that are supported by the law. So those are something that are stable. They are legally binding. Those are the expenses they have to pay. And part of it, you will see something like health, education, and then in the bill also they have the what is called um, the capital expenditure and
Yeah.
current expedition, and also they have debt servicing. And
Yeah. Now that debt servicing, we will still come to that.
okay. So anyway, I am kind of confused because when you check the appropriation bill, there is also certain amount of money which I cannot say precisely now offhand that is meant for Niger Delta, something like Niger
Yeah.
Delta or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Then if you go down the list, exactly this one you mentioned is right on serial number 108.
108. Yeah, I have here too. 108. We have that is then we have for then we still have for especially for Zamfara, Borno,
For
and Katsina.
not west or northeast, something like that.
No,
And
this
I'm
one,
wondering.
there is another 1.5 billion only for
Yeah,
Zamfara, Borno, and Katsina.
exactly. But this one is basically for the reintegration of
Operation,
transformed
ex-militant.
ex-militant.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering the logistics, the criteria they used to arrive at this sum of money, and I am flabbergasted because there are certain things that led to this problem
Yeah.
in the region, and instead of them to tackle this problem, they are just appropriating money. And if we look at the way they have been spending the money, the things they are doing, they are not really tackling the problem. And no people is actually asking them, what are you doing with this money? Where is the money going to? What have you been able to achieve with the money?
Yeah.
So that's just what I can say on that for now.
Mr. Potato, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Temi and Yemi. You have shown the level of love you have for your country. You are in a place where you don't need Nigeria budget to 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 be happy, but you are still very concerned about what is going on back home here in Nigeria. But let me just tell you that Nigeria budget, as it is just a ritual. It's not something serious that you can work with. We have seen the whole budget perform some 15% in a whole year. We have seen 27% performance in a whole year. We have seen a year where we had to increase the duration of the budget. We had to extend it from January to December, making it to run for like 15 months instead of the 12 months. But you are looking at only one side, the side of the budget. Budget is a statement of intent. It's talking about likelihood of a tomorrow. You get me?
Yeah.
The other side is the real expenditure. The money is coming from where? We have budget every year. It's a ritual. As we copied it from the UK, we have to do it every year. But when the people in power want to spend money, they look at the budget, they spend it the way they want. That's the same budget that still contains money allegedly for the rent of Aso Rock that Nigeria money was used to build it. There is still something for rent of Aso Rock in that budget. There's money in that budget allocated for health center of Aso Rock, where the wife of the president said there's no Panadol, there's no syringe. And the same thing that was given to it last year was just dust up and given to it again this year. It's just some people will just package it. You know, it's their job to pack. If you see a lot of things that are embedded in that budget, you just know that it's a ritual. They just have to do it. And we have a National Assembly that have always, refused to do their work the way they're supposed to do it. What is important to them is how to allocate money for their allowances, constituency allowances, salaries, and bonuses. That's what I see the National Assembly of Nigeria doing most.
In my second to the last episode, I made mention that the former Minister for Education said our president should go for a psychological and mental checkup to check his status. And I think it was yesterday or recently too, the former head of state, Olusegun Obasanjo, said the same thing too. That it's better that he retires and he should go back home. So what do you see to that? I mean, is it just being known, or it has been known for a long time? And do you think it is constitutionally and democratically okay to have a sitting president that has dementia?
Oh my God, I can say in no case is constitutionally justified that a sitting president is dementia. That means he will be unable to perform and carry out his functions, because to function as the number one citizen who's got a lot and tons of things to do, to take care, should be mentally fit. Not only mentally fit, should also be physically fit. And in a situation where somebody who is shouldered with such responsibility is having medical and health challenges, the wise thing to do should be to relinquish power as an honorable man, person. But it is a pity, it has become a norm in Africa, because they say that an African man, they are power drunk. When they get to power, they want to die there. They don't want to leave, even though they know that they have been there is of no use. So it's an African thing, it's an African mentality. They think that it is their birthright. They forgot that when they see themselves as, when they see that position as an opportunity to serve the people, then they will know they will put the people much more important. What they want to do for the people much more important than their own selfish interests. But the other way is the case in African context, especially Nigeria, which is the most populated nation. We can see that this kind of situation is not only identified with Nigeria. You can go to Cameroon, you see Paul Biya, what is his name? He's over 34 years in power. Not only him. In Africa, it's a norm, it's common, and it's a pity. And this is one of the reasons why Africans, or why Africa will never develop, why Africa cannot develop. Because you can't put a square peg in a round hole and think exactly, and think it will fit. It's not gonna fit, because there is something they teach in computer class, a layman language. What you put in, input and output, garbage in, garbage out. So when you put a non-entity, semi-illiterate, who has health challenges to govern such a great nation, what do you expect? There's going to be malfunction. There's going to be chaos. There's going to be lack of development, and so on and so forth. Thank you, sir.
Over to you, Mr. Potato. Do you think it's okay for us to have a president in Nigeria? Mentally and, I said now there's a new illness in Nigeria, syncope. So why is that illness so pervasive everywhere amongst our politicians and our leaders in Nigeria?
Well, let me just speak of the president. The constitution actually puts the decision of whether the president is mentally fit or not in the medical personnel in charge of the president.
Okay.
Now, let's come of it. The same man is paid by this same president. He is the one that is managing him. Immediately, is no more the president. He loses his job. Another doctor will be in charge of the next president, and you want him to declare that this man is sick and will not be able to perform his duties. Our constitution is specifically made to hold us down. We can't progress with the national constitution. The constitution is so, maybe that was the best of the people that made it, but it cannot carry us in 2020. Not talk of 2021 that we are seeing ahead of us. We can't, it will be illegal for you to say the president is not fit for office because the personal doctor of the president has not said so. The medical doctor of the president has not said it's not fit for office. This government has allowed a lot of rent seeking. The president's doctor is collaborating and taking money. We're flying our aircraft in the air. The land troops, they were on the ground, and we surrounded Boko Haram, and we took our boys, and so Boko Haram returned to their base, and everybody went home. Our boys are back. There was nobody that was killed. The girls are still there. We could not use the same approach. Leah Sharibu is still there, and the Chibok girls, the remnants of Chibok girls are still there. There's a lot of rent seeking. Everybody is just collaborating, securing their own job. You understand? So there's no day we can say we are at peace with development. You understand what I'm saying? So this kind of situation that we are in, it's only if God just decided to intervene, like we do. We go and pray. Maybe if we pray, something will just happen, and Nigeria will just turn to America, and everything will go fine. But as it is now, what I see is rent seeking everywhere. Everybody just cashing on this president. That's what I see.
In this appropriation bill, we could see that 57 billion was what was given to the Minister of Agriculture, and 65 billion to ex-militants. So, when a nation is budgeting 115 billion for the Office of the National Security Advisor, and then 65 billion for Boko Haram and ex-militants, and for agriculture, 57, 41 for science and technology, and then labor and productivity, 10 billion. And then you start asking yourself, what is going on?
I said you don't bother about our budget. It's just a paper for the chef. When they want to spend the money, nobody looks at the budget. I'm telling you.
So thank you, Mr. Potato, and thank you, Mr. Temi. And I hope next time when we invite you guys, you gladly come to Yemi's house. Thank you once again. Mr. Temi, thank you. And Mr. Potato, thank you too.
Thank you for the invitation.
You're welcome. Good night.
That was as you can see, Mr. Potato and Mr. Temi gave their own candid mind about the whole insecurity and the whole condition in Nigeria. And to Mr. Temi, it's not good if a sitting head of state is without a first lady in the first house. But to Mr. Potato, it's inconsequential as long as the man that he's been voted to do the job is there. He said, normally there is no provision for the office of the First Lady. Do you viewers share the same view like Mr. Potato, or you share it like Mr. Temi? Leave your comments and let's know what you think about it. And before I leave on Yemi's show today, I want to say thank you subscribers and viewers, thanks for your support. Thanks for your morale. And I'm really, really grateful for it. Viewers, thank you. And like I always say, my name is Yemi. One fellow Mishemi. Peace, yo.